Yeah.
All right, we are live.
Man. Thank you.
So I might just stand up here, but actually, I'm not gonna walk. And then I'll join you standing down just a moment.
I bet.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. There's a new managing moderator, Lowe's. All right, cool. What's up, everybody? What's up, world? Martin, you're so handsome.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's perfect. All right. Breathe. We are tuned up. We are live. We are live. We're live now, Mikey. But alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and get this show started. I'm glad we have Martin in the frame. I'm glad we have the Beat in the frame. We are here in downtown San Diego at the Beat. Go ahead and. And I want to thank you, Martin, for being here. I want to thank you too, Mikey, for being here.
Of course.
And I spent some time with Mikey this morning. It was awesome. Got some work done. Helped out an awesome family. And let me bring this. I'm also just recording this on my iPad, so the live is going to be for around 45 minutes, actually, guys. Just because we started a bit later than I anticipated. Okay. And then Johnny, I want to thank you as well for showing up, man. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna go ahead and start the live now. I'm gonna start the whole clinic. This is the first time I've ever actually ran a guitar clinic. This is the 2026 San Diego Guitar Clinic. January 2026. It's a brand new year and I wanted to do something special. I wanted to do something amazing because today's all we have. That's all I'm saying. Before I actually start going into my presentation, I want to have a moment of silence and just think about the people that we've lost, the musicians we've lost, the people in our families that we can no longer say I love you to, and just to appreciate this moment. So let's have a moment of silence. Thank you, Martin. Thank you for that. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. My name is Raul. Let's go ahead and get the show started. You don't actually need to learn music theory to be able to play guitar. There's lots of guitar players out there that just pick up the instrument and just start banging at the strings. But it's important to know what you're doing. It's important to know how the things work. It's important to know how the chords connect to each other. And if you come on through a little closer, Johnny. Definitely want you to be here, man. I want you to. Oh, right on, brother. If you don't understand how music works, don't even stress. You will figure it out. It's just a matter of getting your ear associated with the sounds that are coming out of the guitar. It's for the most part, it's easy to learn your first chord. The first chord most people learn is maybe the E major chord. What was the first chord you learned, Ron? Do you remember?
That's a good question. Maybe A?
Was it A? I also want to quickly introduce Martin to you guys. We're live on YouTube. This is actually my second time ever going live on YouTube. I was live on YouTube in my car before coming in here.
Oh, no way.
But Martin, do you mind telling us a bit about you real quick, man? And just shouting yourself out because you're gonna be a part of this, and I just wanted you guys to know Martin.
I met Raul from our band we formed, or well, you guys had for a while. I hopped on bass. It was called Island Heart, and I started playing violin, but I mean, first instrument I taught myself was guitar, and then eventually I taught myself a bass and taught myself bass, and then I started, like, at least before learning bass or anything, I started just playing guitar and doing vocals and guitar for my first band, and just mainly just focusing on guitar and hyperfixating that for a really long time.
You just had a show yesterday, didn't you? You had you were at the Viper Room in LA. You said West Hollywood?
Yeah, West Hollywood.
Well, we played at that bar in Hollywood. Was it closer there? Was it? I've never been to the Viper Room. So
I saw UVG on the way, not on the way, but I looked up on the map. It's like a 15-minute, 16-minute drive away.
UVG, that's it.
Yeah.
That's right. I was gonna mention, I've never played. Yeah, Johnny, did you want to be on stage too, man? Did you want to hop on? There's an extra chair here if you want to just join us. I mean,
Okay.
be a little bit in the corner because I want Martin in the frame for sure. But I definitely want you.
Yeah.
Alright.
And we have Mikey off camera right now, running the show, opening up. Today is Martin Luther King Day, by the way. Very special, awesome day. Yeah, you wouldn't even know. Today is Martin Luther King Day. What a special day, and it's awesome that we can all just share the same space together. You know, there's a lot of people still have a lot of hate in their heart. Can't fix them. They don't want to be fixed. By the way, this is Johnny. And everybody say hi to Johnny. And yeah, we actually shouldn't even have the shop open, but Mikey's making a special exception just for me, so I'm really grateful. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Martin. And thank you, Mikey. All right, guys. So when I think of the guitar, and when I think about somebody picking up the guitar for the first time, I think, how can I get them to play the guitar for longevity? Because you could teach a person a guitar for one day, and then there's no guarantee that they'll keep playing the guitar. So I've learned recently that you can only say so much. You can only say what you want to say, but there's a difference between what you want to say and what needs to be said, like what the other person needs to hear. So I'm not just gonna say like, oh hey, learn the G chord, and then have them learn the G chord and get the G chord, which yeah, we can. You know the G chord. There's many ways to play the G chord. And I think how can a person make guitar a thing that they do on a regular? And I figured it out. Basically. It's a habit. Playing music is a habit. If you don't make music a part of your life, or if you don't build the habit of playing the guitar, you're never gonna really learn it or play it to the point where you want to keep playing it. So I always recommend my students to play at least for 3 minutes a day. If you can't pick up the guitar for at least 3 minutes a day, then it's not going to be a long-term habit. And I never hold it against people. I never say like, oh, you did a terrible job. I'm never gonna tell somebody that they suck at the guitar. That's a ridiculous thing to say. So I just say, hey, do what you can. I really do consider picking up the guitar and tuning it up a part of the 3 minutes of practice. So considering that, you're putting a lot of pressure on the guitar instead of on your shoulders, and that's always what I'm striving for. So practice for 3 minutes a day, and then you'll be surprised how 3 minutes turns into 5 minutes, 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes, 10 minutes turns into an hour turns into 4 hours, and that's usually about the cutoff as to when you should really take a break from the guitar. 2 hours actually is realistically like where you're like, hey, go get some water, go be with your family. There's more important things than the guitar. I always tell people that. At least what's your philosophy, guys, on the guitar? Like what makes a person continue playing the guitar and have to stop?
I think if you're forcing it, then you're wasting your time. It has to be in your, you have to be in the flow. You have to be enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, you're wasting your time. You have to be liking it. You're here to enjoy life, right? So if you're not enjoying it, you're wasting your time. It's actually, it could be making you worse if you're forcing it. So if you're like, oh, I gotta get this, then stop. Get it later. Give yourself a break. That's what I say.
Maybe like finding a goal, like if you want to learn this song, or you want to get to this level, or if you want to at least impress someone, or finding like a goal or something, motivation, that'll keep you going. That'll keep anyone finding a drive to keep practicing guitar and shit.
It's a goal to have fun on the guitar, right? To combine both those ideas, it's awesome. Like I think the goal should be to play the guitar and have fun. And you hit it right on the money right there, too, Martin, by saying the perfect word, goal, right? I mean, like just like that, like if you have the goal to have fun, you're gonna play for much longer. And that's awesome, guys. Thank you for that. To segue off of that and to piggyback off that idea, like if your goal is to become a rock star, to play in front of millions of people, go live for millions of people, or the goal could just be to play at a bar, play at a little venue, go busking, right? Go to an open mic. That's a great goal. I never look down on anybody's goal to get better at the guitar, or any goal really, if they're really trying. If someone's really trying, you can always you can only do one of two things: either root them on or ignore it. Really, I mean, that's, if you do anything other than that, it's like, that's whatever, not a big deal. It's up to you guys, really. The power of free will. Like I said, there's no need for music theory, but I'm a big fan of music theory because you can look at the notes on the guitar and really string them together. The way to play the guitar, the instrument, is to first put it in tune. There are so many tunings out there. There's at least, as far as I can tell, I can only think of 4 tunings right now off the top of my head. Drop D, where you just basically, you're going from the lowest E string to you tune it down a half step to D, because the
So
music.
it chimes with D.
Exactly, and they should be in tune. And the tuning that you prefer is up to you. I know there's a tuning that Keith Richards invented. He like ripped off one of the strings and just played a 5-string guitar version. And when you're in tune, the guitar is fixed. Once you set up your guitar, it's ready to go. And you don't have to worry about it getting out of tune unless your guitar needs a tune-up, like a real major tune.
And then if you're doing it by ear to get it back in tune, you can have it chime with the other E string.
Yeah. There are anharmonics, I think that's what they're called, where you can find the pitch and tunes. So with the first thing too with the guitar is to understand what it is: the headstock, guitar neck, guitar body, and the bridge, the pins, the strings, the wood, the internal bracing. There are so many components to the guitar that many people overlook when they're beginning the guitar. It's not super important, but it gives you more confidence. The more confidence you have to play the instrument, the better you'll be in the long run. If they're all right. Every time I hear that. I live right by a hospital, so I'm always hearing sirens.
Oh shit.
And going off that idea of confidence, like if you have the confidence to just pick up the guitar, I salute you. I really do salute you. I really do hope that you go very far. I really do hope this guitar clinic is inspirational and motivates you to keep practicing at least a little bit. Practice with us. If you're watching this, or if you're watching the recording later, I hope you have your guitar with you, because I really do believe that just holding the guitar, keeping it close to you, having this feeling of just playing it, holding it. I guess like you become one with the music, one with your instruments. For the most part, there is a proper way to play and hold the guitar. Like classical music, you have to like, there's a little step, and then you're like, you know, you're just. I haven't practiced that switch. Now, how do you actually play the guitar? I asked AI, and it gave me a really great way of explaining it. So basically, you always want to land behind the frets. That's how you get the cleanest sound. That's how some of the best guitar players in the world aim for it. That's what they aim for. They always try to land right behind the fret. If you play on the metal fret here, the fret wire comes out really buzzy. You guys know this already. I know this is like already elementary stuff. And the second you get that first clean note, you'll want to shoot to strive for that every single time. After learning how to play an actual clean note, the next step now is to find out what the notes are. And the general rule for all guitars, because they run on a string, welcome, is that there's tension between the nut of the guitar and the headstock and the bridge. And if you divide it by the middle, you're going to find the 12th fret here. And that's how you find the halfway mark, which is the next octave. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Having a guitar clinic right now, teaching guitar. And as you realize that once it starts all over again, there are only 12 notes on the guitar. If we're going in sharps, we'll go through it right now. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. And the only two notes that don't have sharps when you're ascending is E sharp, but you can use E sharp in music theory in the context, and B sharp. There is no such thing as B sharp or E sharp. And if we're going backwards and we're using flats, we're gonna go E, E flat, D. Is that right? Yeah. E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E. I believe that's right. And you can actually have an F flat, and you can actually have a flat. In music theory, it totally works. Because once you start to like read music, like sheet music, you realize there's double flats, there are double sharps, and it all makes sense in the context of the song, in the context of the chords being played, and the composition. So, what does that mean? It really doesn't mean much unless we start playing music. So that's the best way to kind of like think about it. In my opinion, you know, we all have our own way of looking at it, but that's just the way I see it. The next thing, the second thing that I recommend for anybody is to find a group of people to play music with. Just find, for me, I was super lucky. I had my after school program, my guitar club, played there. My neighbors, they play guitar. I was super lucky to have my neighbors who play guitar. Also, look at these guys. They have guitars on them right now. I'm so blessed to just be around musicians like you guys, for real. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Johnny. I just met Johnny, actually. I just met Johnny. I'm already telling you, good guy, man. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. And so what's next? What's next to do is to start playing guitar. The toughest chord, in my opinion, is an F major chord. And on that guitar, it's a little bit trickier too, but that's an F major.
The hardest thing is to get your bar down on these top ones.
Exactly.
It's the top or the bottom? What do you think? Is the top of the guitar or the bottom?
So great question, actually, John. So this would technically be the top.
The top.
I
Because
think so.
when you're looking at it like this, it's the top. When you're looking at it like that, it's the bottom. But when you're looking at it from your face, it's the top.
Exactly.
The high string is, you think the highest one is on the top.
The numerical order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the actual like way to look at it.
I think this is a big thing to know. When you're working on the bar chord, it's like you want to be like, what's the best way to do that to get to the top of the guitar?
So think
on
about
the
it
bar
as like every time you play a note down, every note above it is obsolete. So like don't even focus on.
You want to hold your. So I'm talking about how you're holding your wrist. You know, you want your wrist to be straight on it. Or like,
Keep it close.
Yeah, keep it a little straight and comfortable. And
Keep
look
it
at your
close.
elbow. Look at where your elbow's at.
Your elbow should be loose.
Yeah.
This is how I keep my wrist, but honestly, you shouldn't like strain it at all. Just keep it loose.
we're talking about for the bar chord to get
Yeah.
to the top.
Yeah.
So like your shoulders being used, your elbow, and like it's a whole movement. It's not just your hand and your wrist. It's actually the whole thing. So as long as you're able to feel comfortable, relax, and I'm
Because
gonna take a breather.
it gets real hard on your wrist right here, trying to hold it like that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you're relying on just like the bend here on your wrist, you're really asking for a lot. So try to relax it.
I usually rest my palms on the neck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you notice that your palms are right outside.
But you can't bar it like that though.
Bar? I mean, I try my best to like keep it loose though, at least. Just keep it loose.
Yeah.
And I mean that is a little trickier because you have a wider
Yeah.
fretboard and a wider neck, so you have to keep that in mind. So what I recommend with that is to like actually put your thumb a little bit lower. You see how your thumb is above? Try to rest it lower. And
then you're pushing on your thumb to get more leverage.
That and look at our right hand. We have the ability to use the right arm to have the body work on us, and we're essentially pulling on with our hands and pushing the guitar neck that way. So we're like doing a bit of.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah, when you're pulling it like that.
Yeah.
You're pulling it like this, it makes it
I think
easier.
of an ollie for some reason. I've never actually mastered an ollie, but I can get like that much off the ground.
Yeah.
And like you have to be able to like time the kick and slide your foot up and then do a whole thing. So it's like all these components put into one.
Well, a real skier knows that the kick flip is the beginning of everything. When you can do the kick flip. But we're talking about guitar here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to connect it to other things too.
That's a good point. I like that when you're pulling it again. When you're pulling it like this, it makes it easier on your wrist.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
good to know.
So I think so. There's two things: the F sharp. I mean, the F major chord is the toughest chord, and a diminished chord. So we'll cover that right now. Diminished chord. So I like to start off with the B diminished because the B diminished chord. Can you find the B note, guys, here on your A string? That's a B. This is a B note right here. The reason it's a B note is because A sharp, B.
And then B, yeah.
Yeah. Or so
It goes by half steps.
exactly. That point right there. The guitar is set up every fret by half steps. So that's why I was able to go from E to E in half steps.
So this would be D, and
That
then
would
D
be-
sharp, and then E.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
E, A, D, G, G sharp, A. Okay.
Yeah. And you get to verify that because of the fact that we tune this A string as an A, right? And that's how you find the octave. Open A string,
E,
Oh, I see.
or
and then that second fret on the.
E then F, right? Is this F?
That is F.
It
Yes.
skips. It's not E.
So
then
those are
E
the
sharp,
same,
then
you're
F.
saying?
It's just E then F and F sharp.
F is E sharp.
F is E sharp. Okay.
But I mean, we don't use.
I actually-
Okay, so let me see if I just learned
forgot.
something. Okay, so this is E, A, D. Okay, so this is G. So let's see. G. If I wanted to do D over here, G, G sharp, A, A sharp, B, and then there's no B sharp, right?
Correct.
So you go to C, E,
C sharp.
or C sharp, E,
D. That would be the
D.
middle.
Okay, D.
And I see you have the stickers there, bro. So rely
D
on that.
sharp. Oh,
That
yeah.
would be D sharp. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot this. I never use the stickers. Okay, here's G right
Dude, you
here.
have the cheat code there.
E, G,
That's the. It's easy to overlook it, but
G.
the fact that you have all these notes here should give you more confidence to be able to think, okay,
Okay, so here's E.
yeah. dude. And then because you hear that the last note we're playing is an E note, so I naturally want to play an E major chord. So this is kind of resolved. The reason I want to do B diminished is because that's the way it's set up.
Okay, so I got the notes on my guitar right here, and that's the first time I've ever used them. Right there. 'cause
He's
you
been
told-
playing for 30 years,
you
people.
told me to use them. And most of them, like all the other ones just fell off. You know, like okay, well, whatever. But now I still have someone left here. Okay, so look, this is a C. E, okay, E, and,
This is the B diminished
this
chord.
is a B. E, A, D, G, B. So if I hit that like that.
Oh wait. Oh, you're playing.
But I'm missing a note. So that's B diminished. That's B diminished. Play one at a time. And that's the C.
So B diminished is literally just.
Exactly.
That's not that bad.
But the reason why it's B diminished is because of this note here being the root note, and then this note here, right? The lead tones. And this diminished chord, there's a formula for every chord structure, right? So like a C major chord, the notes in this chord are C, E, and G. Kind of things you have to memorize and just get familiar with. So C is an E note, E, A, D, G, C, and then E, C, E, and G. The chords are laid on thirds. It's like 1, 3, and 5. If you decide to, let's do like a minor chord, a 1 flat 3, which in this case, so C, D, E. So if I do this chord, this should be, and that should be that is technically a C minor chord. But it's this, right? But because I flattened this third note to an E flat, that makes it a minor sound.
Wait, that's a. Oh.
Yeah. That's what a minor chord is. So like that's why this works like an A major to A minor. Because this happens to be a third. And the next level now, guys, is to understand that the guitar is tuned in fourths when going downwards. And I'll explain this. So E to A, E, F, G, A. They're tuned in fourths intervals. That's why music theory is so cool to just so you know this stuff. Like so E to A is a fourth interval, a perfect fourth, and then A to E is a perfect fifth. So if you do this, that's a power chord. That's a 5. That's like almost the equivalent to playing this. Like, but the way you play it, starting with the starting with A is what makes it that. So A, B, C, D, E. See how that's 5? A, B, C, D, E. And to kind of add to, like, the key of C major, there are no sharps and flats in that key. So that tells us there is no C sharp, there is no D sharp, there is no F sharp, there is no G sharp, and there is no D sharp. There's just all natural notes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And A minor is the relative minor for C major, meaning, let it connect. Okay, let's slow down there. C major, there are no sharps, and accidentals are amazing because if you're playing in the key of C sharp, every note you play in the key of C sharp sounds really nice. Every note you play in the key of C sounds really nice. Every note you play in the key of D, but every single key has a different flavor and texture to the context of the notes you're playing. And it's quite extraordinary once you start to piece it all together and to hear the music. So why did I go over the B diminished chords? Because we're in the key of C. And if you guys can do this, let's see if you guys can quite hear this. Because on the piano, it's much easier to see it than on the guitar. So on the piano, if you play all the white keys, that's the key of C major. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, right? And notice how I kind of sang it. I kind of like really quickly sang it. If you play a C note, C, 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 C. Try to use your voice too when you're playing. C, 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 C. I gotta practice my high harmonies. Sounds so intense. You're ascending. So, I just had to play something. In the key of C major, which is a great key to play, great key, it's important to understand the sequence of, I think called a harmonic, or diatonic harmony, or something like that. That's like a fancy name for it. Essentially is understanding this, and I use this little trick here. Major, minor, minor, major, major, relative minor, diminished. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to the octave. So this first key that we're doing is C major. So major is the first chord. Usually major is the first chord in any key. If you want to play in the key of D major, the first chord in the key of D is a D major. If you want to do, and now this is where it's interesting about like minor chords and minor keys. So A minor is a relative minor for C major, and it's the sixth. So we'll go ahead and go to the sixth. So we'll go C, and then remembering this. Major, minor, minor. So the next two chords, D and E, are going to be minor. So C major, D minor, E minor. So we'll go there. So C major to D minor to E minor.
So this is minor and this is major, right? That's minor and this major.
No, not in that case because that's wait, that's E major. That's right, E major. Correct. Exactly. My bad. I thought it looked like a C for a second. And that's exactly right. E major, E minor. Exactly.
So when you put your finger down, it becomes major.
Mm-hmm. And that's because
That would be minor because it's lighter.
I hear that a lot. Happy. But it's not because of what I mentioned, the 1, 3, and the 5. That this note right here is a 3, and it happens to be a natural 3. No flatten, no nothing. But then when you remove it, you flatten that note, which gives it that minor.
Oh, so it's like, so it's C, F is the next one.
And then G major. No, now. We're just going up and be A, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I guess, yeah, so it's like.
C, E, no, it'd be minor because this
minor.
Because here's the, and only because the six, if we're following this numeric order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 being an octave, the 6 is always the relative minor for the 1. And that's something to keep in mind. There's this there's tonic, subtonic, median, submedian, supertonic, or super, there's super useful way of looking at it, and it kind of explains how these chords can kind of fit together. So C is our 1. That's always going to be our home chord, and that's why the B diminished, C, allows it to kind of resolve after playing that B diminished. So it allows
So-
B.
Okay.
So we'll play it again from the top. So from 1 on the C major, try to go ahead and do your best to follow along. C, D minor, E minor, G, F, G, A minor,
Oh, it's A minor?
A minor. And now listen to this. Listen to the C major, and then C minor. In the key of A minor, they share the same notes as C major. Oh, that's right. I've heard that before, and it's totally true. And now, quickly, I want to mention a 1, 3, and the 5 make a chord, a major chord, right? And if you add a 7, because they're stacked on 3s, 1, 3, 5, 7, or 3 intervals, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11. So it's a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. And the more notes you add onto the chord, it becomes a different chord. But the quality is all depending on what that first note is, that first 1 is. So okay, so I just wanted to mention that. So we'll go back to C major, and then we'll do that whole harmony again. I think that's what's called the harmonic pattern, diatonic harmony or something like that. It's like it's like you're in sequence. So we'll look at the top in the key of C. And by the way, if you want to do like any other key, you basically follow that same pattern, but you just use that chord. And we'll talk about the major scale in a second, because it'll help us find out what the actual notes are in that key.
Okay.
At least it helps me out. It's a little cheat sheet.
Yeah.
And you've heard it before.
The only scale I know is a pentatonic.
We'll build on that, because the pentatonic scale, it doesn't have, I think I heard it doesn't have a 4, and it doesn't have a 7. So it's only 1, 3, 5, and the 1. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So it's like it's only a handful of that scale. You don't use all of them.
Okay.
So like, I mean, we'll do C, it'd be minor pentatonic, right? We'll learn the major scale right now. After we go ahead and run through the C harmonic diatonic, whatever that special thing is called, the diatonic harmony. So from the C. C major. That's a good one. That's a good place to start. And then D minor. And then E minor. When you add that bass note, it actually becomes a whatever that note is over the minor chord that you're playing.
Is
So-
this D minor? Yeah,
That
that's
is. So the real one to actually play like a D minor.
Yeah, it's right here. Same with C. C's right up here. C's right.
C
Three ways to
major.
play C.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the chord is only 3 notes.
Yeah. It's a triad, basically. And then D minor is right.
But I'm trying to say, don't add that low bass note if
Oh.
possible. But I mean, I feel when you're with the big hand, you're not even playing that bass note. But when you put it there, it gives me the illusion.
It adds like a different root, right?
It becomes like that note over the chord tone.
Yeah, like
So
D over F or sharp or whatever.
It,
Yeah,
it
like
would
on
be
piano.
it'd be A over D minor in this case. But you're not actually playing that.
No, I'm just like this. And then E minor would be this.
Exactly. And so we're gonna continue now. I'm gonna go ahead and do the cowboy chords, which is what people call.
Yeah.
But they're awesome as open chords. Others are welcome. We're doing a guitar chord right now.
I used to have a friend, Javier, when high school. He used to play the guitar.
Nice. You play? You play, man? You play?
Okay.
You can. You can do it, brother. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and we'll take a breather. We'll take a beat. Take a beat real quick. We're gonna play the C major, D minor, E minor, G major, F major. And again, it's using this trick here. And I encourage you to actually make the hand gesture yourself here too, Johnny. So C major is the one. So if you want to do right hands too, C major, D minor, or it's major, minor, minor, major, major, the relative 6, which is the minor.
Well, it says I love you in sign language.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
think I heard that's similar. Yeah. Also, Flip Spider-Man. But in this case, like we want to get into this idea that like we want to use all the tools available to us. In fact, right now, guys, I actually have this bucket. I don't know if you guys can see it. The recording can't see it, but I have a bucket of books, and just use all the tools you have. Don't even overthink it. Use AI. Use whatever you can to learn the instrument. No shame in taking as long as it takes. It takes as long as it takes when it comes to most things, right? So we'll finish this. We'll finish the C major, D minor, E minor, C, D, E, and the next one, and then A minor, and then to the B diminished, and then back to C. And here's the chord here, brother. The reason why it's the B diminished is this is the B note. And actually, I had to look this up myself. This is the B diminished chord.
Yeah, I didn't even know that one. I just play my ear. I never
Play
play
that.
I never play like chord either.
So the next
I
chord
just
is-
learned about it just now.
Sorry. And I recommend you use your middle finger for that one. And then your pinky here. And then your ring finger right below it. Oh no, pinky there and then your ring finger on the
Am I playing it right?
D string. You got it right.
Oh, I never played this song. I don't know if I'm playing it right or not.
And then this the last note. This note gives us that B diminished note too. And this
Yeah,
is
right
C
here.
sharp. And then you can hear how it resolves back to the one. That gives us that like extra hump. Now the seventh chord. Well, the seventh chord usually is not a very common chord, but it's a really cool one. It's a very useful chord. Guys, it's already 5:10. I have about like 10 more minutes until I gotta get going because I want to make sure I make it to my thing after this time. But I want to for sure just thank you guys, thank you, Maya.
Yeah, right.
And that's part of it now. The next thing is to come back to finish this up. I want to get to the major scale. So we'll do C major. So I want you to back to this too, Johnny. So a whole step. Oh, and yeah, so a half step. Every fret to another fret is a half step. One fret to two frets is a whole step.
So you do a whole step one.
So C to D, and then here to this. And actually, if you really follow the notes as you're playing this, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And I encourage you to say them aloud too. Say the notes when you're playing them. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, 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 A, B, C.
C, D, E, F, C, D, E, F. Oh, so it's C, D, E, F, G, then A, B, C. C, D, E, F, G.
And verify for yourself. Make sure these notes are the notes you actually are playing. Because I can say that's the ABC notes, but if you don't know for a fact yourselves, all I'm saying is like, I'm just saying just to say things. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C.
This is B.
See, I don't know like whatever all these notes are. So saying C D doesn't really help me much because I don't know where the C and the D is on here.
But that'll take time. And by the way,
So
I don't even know either.
don't-
Trust me, I'm
I'm going by
self-taught.
sound.
I don't know. I don't know where the notes are either.
is that it? No.
So it's actually this number here, brother. So and then here, check it out here. The pattern is you're only staying in these 4 frets. You're not going anywhere else. Because all the notes we need are right here on these strings.
From fret 3 to fret 6.
Because look, by the way, check this out too, Johnny. You can play this pattern. You can play this. You can
Is
do
it 2 to 5 or 3 to 6?
3, 5, 2, 4, 5,
3, 5, 2,
4,
I
5,
see.
3, 3, 5, 2,
2, 3,
That's
4,
where it
2,
is.
3, 4.
and then 2,
2, 3,
5, to
I thought-
2. I mean, I'm sorry, take it back.
3, 5, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, yeah. 2, so like it's 3, 5 at the A, 3, 5, right?
Yeah.
And then next string 2, 3, 4,
2, 3, 4.
and then the next string 2, 3, 4 again.
2, 3, 5 is
So 2, 3, 5,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you're right, though, man. You're right.
3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5 is on the G.
But you're going this here to here, on that note. No, so it'd be C, D, 1, 2, 3, 5.
Next
and then
ring.
2, 3, 2. Go slowly with it. 2, 3, 5. And Johnny, this is what I need you to do, man, for sure. Is to practice the fingering with the note association too. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5 is also good too, but it's also good to know like what these notes are. Because look, if you hear this,
You're right.
you can play that same pattern, those same notes, all across the fretboard. This gives you more confidence to be like, all right, let me just jam out in the key of C. And instead of saying, okay,
So what I hear you saying is, take the time sometime to know what note each fret is. To just learn that. Just learn it, you know? Just spend 5 minutes a day learning every single note on every single fret.
it may seem ridiculous, but there's only a handful of notes you gotta remember. You know, there's only a handful. And the more you play certain notes, you'll like certain notes more, and you'll play them more. Because like I'm sure you play the pentatonic scale. Right here in this starting point, which is the 5, which is the 5th fret, which is the A note basically. It's weird. And the better you are being able to know what you're playing, the better musician you become. That's the whole point of this clinic, by the way, to be able to get in front of an audience and be like, okay, I'm gonna play something. What are you gonna play? Sometimes you know what to play, sometimes you don't. It is totally cool if you don't know what to play. But if you can get in front of an audience, just start noodling on your guitar and figuring out what notes you're playing. Starting with one note, 2 notes. And I know you're not using a pick right now, Johnny, but in the picking world, how you upstroke and downstroke kind of matters in the sense of like the tone of like the sound and the sequence of notes you can play. And I don't know if you've heard this before, Johnny, but I know Martin has, but this idea of like 3 notes per string, 5 notes per string, 2 notes per string, that sounds awesome. 20 notes per string, you know? You can play the same note all day. And being able to be aware of how many notes you're playing is just gets you to that next level. Instead of just being like, okay, I'm gonna just play. Being able to just have that confidence to be like, okay, what notes am I playing? Is it a major chord? Is it a minor chord? Is it a diminished chord? Is it an augmented chord? Is it a half diminished chord? Is it a half augmented chord? Is it an 11th chord? A 9th chord? Is it having the understanding of what you're playing gives you that confidence as a musician with music theory. But again, you don't need it, and I recommend just use the resources you have. By the way, Martin, do you have any questions then? Do you want to cover anything?
That's a good question. I want to learn more about like chord progression.
Perfect. So in the key of C, we'll stick there. So you know how I was mentioning like this idea of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A common chord progression is a 1, 4, 5. So meaning 1, C, 2, 3, 4. What is this? C, D, E, F, F major, and then a 5, which is
A? No.
So if you play those 3 chords, C. You see that chord progression was a 1, 4, 5 chord progression. In the key of C, which is the 1. And let's do like a different chord progression. You pick out of the 8 numbers that you could pick, or really 7 because the 1 is the 8, right?
Yeah. Why don't we do like a G minor progression?
G minor
I don't really know much about.
Great question. So what is the relative major for G minor? Do you know that?
How do I know that?
You can either do a couple things. So what I recommend is, so there's a couple tricks, but in the key on the guitar, one way you can do it real quick is like, So G minor is the 6 of the 1.
6 of the 1.
Or it could just be G minor. You can also just do G major. So G minor, and then the 6 is G minor, right?
6 is G minor.
And then let's find out the 1. So 6, and then not so that stupid joke, but the diminished chord, which is the 7, and then the 8. So 6, 7, 8. Nothing related. Anyway, so 6 is the minor, which is G minor, which find out, and then A diminished.
A diminished is the next one.
Is a
How
7.
did the A diminished?
So this was B diminished, right?
Yeah, like, I think it's.
And then now to do A diminished is just a whole do this. That's A diminished.
Oh, so it's like.
The root note that we want is an A right here, the open A. But again, this note that we're playing on the B diminished chord, we won't have access to it when we're playing that way. And then if you
Is
play
that even a real chord? The one I'm playing? It's not even a chord.
that is a
right?
chord, bro.
Is this A? It's not A diminished though.
That would
This is
be
A diminished.
A over A flat diminished, but a portion of A diminished.
How do you play A diminished again?
So instead of doing this, you just slide up a half step to play.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Actually, that was A diminished. That was A diminished. And then now.
So it's like.
So yeah, you see the
So G minor.
B. Then I think it'd be B. I think B is the relative major branch in minor. So G minor and then A diminished.
The A diminished is.
We're gonna ignore the fact that we can't. Oh, is that right? Is that? Let me see. Yeah, it has to be back here. So, oh, is that right? Let me see. Yeah, no, we don't have access to this note right here. So this would be an A diminished. Not for that honey note. And then there should be.
Is that C? No, it's G.
So, I think it would actually be, I think G minor.
It's A minor next.
Would it be A sharp? Let me find out.
How do you play A sharp?
A sharp would just be this A sharp.
Oh.
So this is A major. And go ahead and set the A major, A major, and then just do a half step up, and that's A
So
sharp.
I'm gonna do a bar chord right there. You're saying that's an A major. Okay.
Because here's the trick. Do you know the cage system, Johnny? Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I haven't figured that one out yet.
It's all
either.
good. It's all good. It's just an acronym for the C, A,
G,
G, E, and D chord.
Oh.
And those chords can be moved all over the guitar.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out the relative major for G minor, and I want to say it's B, but I'm definitely wrong. I don't think it could. Let's see. So G minor, and then B major. Does that sound like it sounds right?
Okay, I got a question. This is F, right?
That is F major. Yes, sir.
'Cause I know that this is F. Okay, so then is this
That's F sharp.
F sharp?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then G
And then
sharp.
G, and then G.
No, that's G.
That's
That's
G.
G.
G,
Trick question.
and then G sharp.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then G sharp.
So
and A.
now, if you move down a string, like how do you know? Like if you start here,
Now that's when we use the
Go backwards.
A chords. Exactly. Well, essentially, yeah. Like that's like what we're
because
doing.
you guys are on like a level like 100 levels beyond where I am. You're like, okay, do a G sharp diminished. Right here. I'm like, oh, okay.
Johnny.
I'm like, okay, this is F, this is G. What is this? I don't know.
For like to go back, like if you're trying to figure out what's before
This guy.
G,
Thanks,
that would
Johnny.
be.
Thank you,
I mean, I don't know if anybody else watching is thinking like learning anything here, but like for the past 5 minutes, I was just like, okay.
I think I'm being honest. No, like
Yeah.
this is. you're not immersed in this environment, you're never gonna feel comfortable in the future once you're like already like, oh, you're gonna find somebody that's at your level right now in a year from now and be like, oh, I was there, I know exactly what that feels like.
Yeah.
And this is super important to know because that'll give you more to play with. And I'm sorry, Martin.
No, you're good. Very good. No, I was saying, if you want to figure out
Check it out.
what's after a chord, like for example, this is A, right after A is B, or before A it would be going back, so it's F, yeah. No, it's G, yeah. Right after G is
And then
G, and then you go down, it's F. And back down from F, it's a whole step down from F would be E. If you want to go up, one step is E to F.
no, a half step down from F is
F.
a whole
E,
step down
yeah.
from F would be E flat.
E flat. Okay, then for example,
Or D
like,
sharp.
it just goes like, for example, A B C D, and you just go back C B A whatever.
Because your guitar is not concerned about looking good. Your guitar doesn't want to be sharp.
Exactly.
There's no B sharp on your guitar.
There's
But
no-
You,
there
you,
is
you
a
can
B
be
sharp.
sharp,
Is there
it's
actually
looking good,
what
but
does
your
a B
guitar
sharp
doesn't care
look
about
like?
that.
I don't know if that's.
A B sharp is a C.
Oh, B sharp is a C. Yeah.
Yeah, because there is no B sharp. on
Same
the
with E and
guitar.
F,
It
right?
goes to C.
There's no E sharp. There's only F.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
keeping these things in mind, we have all the resources. And to answer your question, Johnny, so you know this shape here, this E major shape? If you keep the same shape and you move it down a string, it becomes a minor chord and it becomes a minor.
I just use my pinky fingers for that the whole
That
time.
works too, man. And if you want to make a major, A major, right? Minor, major, minor, major, minor, major, minor. And then, so A minor, B minor. But let me figure out, so let's see what G,
Well, how'd you do that major minor thing again? Can you do that for me
So it's
one
like
time?
this. This is A major,
There.
and then you bring it down.
Oh.
So you just
Then you use your-
let go. This is major, this is minor.
I know A minor, so you.
Oh, you meant E? E just is E major. E minor.
Yeah, with A minor, you put your finger down.
Oh, I thought you said you already knew A, so I showed you. So this is A major. This is A major. Let go. Put your finger one half down.
Yeah, that's A.
That's A minor.
A minor.
And then you put one finger here. It's A major.
Well, that's a regular. We'll just do it like that. Right?
Yeah.
Finger.
It's the same
I don't
thing.
know, but yeah.
But that's really the same. So if you put the same logic with A major, Johnny,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
put the same logic with A major and then A minor, you can do the same with like A right here, A major, A minor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So the same logic. You just let go of the middle finger.
Yeah.
Raul, I was just showing him what you were showing us. So this would be like A major. You bring this pinky down a step. I'll show him the same thing. Let go of the middle. Same thing. A major, A minor, A major, A minor.
exactly.
Yeah. I'll show him that. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the relative major for G minor is. And I believe
Oh,
it-
G minor.
And I
Okay.
believe it's A sharp.
A sharp.
A sharp is the relative minor.
It sounds actually right. Actually, yeah. You look.
And now do you hear that? Like, and if you were to play G
It
minor,
falls harmonically.
that sounds a little off, but yeah, that's what it is. And A sharp is also blank flat.
Is A sharp is what flat?
A sharp is blank flat. What is it?
Blank. Oh, so we're filling in the blank here.
Yeah.
A sharp is
Blank flat.
G flat. G sharp.
B. No.
Yes.
Yeah, B flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because A sharp is one step above A, and one step above A is also B
Mhm.
flat. Yeah. Dang. That's right.
And a head scratcher for sure because that information just gives more confidence. And guys, I have to go ahead and wrap up the thing in a bit. But do you have any more questions before we wrap it up? Johnny, Martin,
I'm good.
any questions? John? I know there's a lot to unpack today.
Yeah, what was that middle thing?
The middle thing was essentially probably the diminished chord.
Diminish. Yeah, what does diminish mean?
Diminished is essentially what it's not really. What is diminished?
It's not
What's the
mean?
difference
major or
between
minor.
diminish and minor? I mean,
It's
Exactly. It's not major
Oh.
or minor.
but could be because there's also some chords that are diminished minor, diminished major, so there are chords like that too.
Yep.
Because
Oh.
they add like a seventh or ninth. That's why, right?
Exactly. There's a formula. I haven't memorized that.
Because he was telling me about guitar goes in fourths and fifths and different progressions to the sixth to the eighth. There's that's what we mean by like
the minor.
Because for example, look, like for example, if we're doing like this is a C major, right?
Right.
This is a seventh, right?
That would be. I believe so. Let me.
Maybe it's a seventh. But then if you want to hit a ninth, it would be right here, right? So
No,
it'll be like
that'd be a 7 sharp. That'd be sharp 7.
sharp.
But if that is a 7, I don't even know if that is a 7.
I don't know either.
I have to look it up. And we're stacking notes on top. And
That's
like,
what we mean by seventh
so
and
a
ninth.
1 is the root note, which is the home note, and then 3 would be the so in the key of C, C, D, E, E.
Yeah, like a whole
5.
another note.
And then I think the 7. But I think the diminished has like a flat 7, flat 3, somewhere. There's like a couple flats. I think it's a flat 3, flat 5, flat 3, flat 5.
Oh.
I can look it up right now, but that's some homework. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that there's no more questions for now, and I kind of have to cut off.
Yeah, he has to go.
I have to go.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for both being here. Thank you so much for joining the live. Thank you for joining the clinic. Thank you, Mikey, for being open. We've actually been recording for almost an hour. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm gonna upload this whole thing on YouTube.
Come back soon for practice.
Yeah, bro, I'll be back here too. So, I might just leave my. Oh no, I need my acoustic. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get off. You guys rock. Keep jamming. Let's find out that that diminished formula. I'm out of here, guys. Have a good night.
All right, Raul.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Mickey.
Peace.
Sorry, Johnny. We were like
Bye, guys.
explaining things.
No problem.